Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Carolina Morning Meditations. I'm your host, Russ McCullough, calling to you live from sunny and beautiful, though a little chilly, Mint Hill, North Carolina, in the heart of the Carolina backcountry. So glad you're here, virtually or in reality. If you've never been to the Carolina backcountry, you need to come. I'll give you the tour. It's amazing. It is a wonderful place to be. Carolina is a state of mind as much as it is a location. So welcome. Hope you had a great Lord's Day yesterday. We certainly did at the Archdale Church of Christ. Last night we hosted Brother David French, missionary from Zambia, and he came and gave us a fantastic report on the progress, the amazing, astounding, life-changing Daybreak Bible College in Zambia. It is a holistic, organic, transformational preaching training school that trains the entire family, not only in ministry, but in family organization, family values, self-sustaining agriculture, the whole gamut of life that a person needs, as Jesus says through Peter, all things pertaining to life and godliness. It was a truly wonderful experience, and you can learn more about it if you just go to ZambiaMissions.org, ZambiaMissions.org, and you can learn all about Daybreak Bible College and the great work that they are doing. It is amazing. I believe it to be the most successful preaching training program in the world. I know that's a lot to say, but it is truly amazing and highly successful what God has done through this ministry. I hope you can check it out. Today, I want us to backtrack just a little bit on friendship. As you know, on this podcast, we focus on making, keeping, and restoring friendships for Jesus. And the book of John is what we're calling the book of friendship because it's a book, a gospel, though inspired. It is one man writing about his best friend, Jesus Christ. And he has a tremendous amount of emotional, loving, practical, and salvational information on becoming the friend of Jesus. It is the most amazing gift ever given that Jesus would be our friend, and he emphasized his love for us for going through the ultimate friendship test, to lay down his life for his friends. He did it. Not only did he lay down his life for his friends, he rose for his friends, lives again for his friends, appeared to over 500 of his friends, arose back to heaven for his friends, sits at the right hand of God for his friends, reigns, rules, sustains for his friends, and is one day coming back for his friends. So it's incumbent upon us to be his friend. And I want us to focus today on just backtrack on verse 14 of chapter 15, because if we don't understand this verse, we're going to miss just about everything, because it's far more to it than meets the eye. And that verse is, "You are my friends if you do whatever I command you." On the surface, that sounds arbitrary, capricious, dictatorial, and anything but friendship. It's as if Jesus is demanding us to be his friends and is threatening us if we don't kowtow to whatever he says. Quite the opposite is the case. Jesus wants us to be his friends. But friendship, whether with Jesus or with anyone for that matter, it's not a two-way street. It's a one-way street. I'm going to be your friend regardless of circumstances. I'm going to be your friend regardless of how you feel on any given day. I'm going to be your friend regardless as to what you say to me. I'm going to be your friend regardless of what you do to me. I'm going to be your friend. And it's not going to be with conditions. No conditions whatsoever. That's how friendship works, either with people or with Jesus. Jesus is our unconditional friend. How do we know? Greater love has no man than to lay down his life for his friends. He died for you. What more do we need? What about giving one's life for his friend don't we understand? And so his burdens are not hard to bear. His yoke, as he says, is easy. His burden is light. But this way this statement is made may seem difficult for us in Western culture. Because in Western culture, we have this idea that nobody's going to tell me what to do. I'm going to look out for number one. And you will be number two if you can even get that high. But Jesus says, you're my friends if you do what I command you to do. Now, how does this work? Well, I think we need to go to the 23rd Psalm to understand the relationship between the shepherd and the sheep. The shepherd, Jesus says in John 10, lays down his life for his sheep. And in the 23rd Psalm, David writes the 23rd Psalm from the viewpoint of a sheep, not the shepherd, though he was a shepherd himself. He wrote the 23rd Psalm from the aspect of the sheep. And here is where the rubber meets the road. The true shepherd, Jesus, laid down his life for his sheep, no doubt about it. And the things that he asked for his sheep to do are in whose self-interest? The sheep. You see, the shepherd spends his life training the sheep to come into harmony with all his commands. So if you look at the commands of the shepherd to the sheep, which ones are not in the best interest of the sheep. None. Yes, he commands the sheep. Yes, they must obey. But what happens when they do? They live. They thrive. They're content. All these things because they do as the shepherd commands us. And when we keep the commands of Christ, they benefit us 100%. What command of Christ is against us? If God be for us, who can be against us? If God be for us, what can be against us? If we're in the sheepfold of Christ, we are safe. We are saved. Yet we must do as he instructs. Now, I want us to consider this, the great commandment. What is the great commandment? It is to love God with all our heart, mind, and soul, and to love our neighbor as ourself. And then Jesus, Paul says, that he relayed during his life ministry, though it's not noted in the Gospels anywhere. Paul says that Jesus said that it's better to give than it is to receive. What does that mean? This is exactly what it means. Who benefits the most when we love our neighbors as ourselves? Who benefits the most when we put the needs of our friends above our own needs? I want to tell you who benefits the most. It's the one who gives. You see, our self-interest is best served. Let me repeat that. Our self-interest is best served when we serve others. Someone has put it this way: a rising tide floats all ships. When I do good to my neighbor, obviously my neighbor benefits, but I, the giver, benefit more. The more we give, the more we get. And I'm not talking about material things. I'm talking about contentment, happiness, joy, harmony, fellowship, closeness to God. The closer we get to our friends, the closer we get to God. Yes, Jesus says, "You are my friends if you do as I command you." But his commands are not grievous, and they're not to oppress us. They are to uplift us. So I just want to leave you with that today, that Jesus wants you to be his friend so much that he died for you, and he left you a set of instructions to benefit you in a way that you could never imagine, and that is eternal life with your best friend, Jesus Christ. Yes, love your friends and you love Jesus. Be a friend to others and you will be a friend to Jesus. The more you give, the more you get. The further you go on a limb for your friend, the closer you get to God. I hope today you will be making friends, keeping friends, and restoring friends for Jesus, who is our best friend, if we only do as he commands. Because it's 100% in our own self-interest that we do, not only as we live here, but more importantly, as we live in the hereafter. Thanks for tuning in today to Carolina Morning Meditation. We appreciate it so much. The Archdale Church of Christ is our sponsor, and the Archdale Church of Christ will meet again in the meeting house of the church at 2525 Archdale Drive at 11 a.m. on Wednesday, day after tomorrow. For those who don't have to work in the morning, but for those who do have to work in the morning hour, we'll meet again at 7 p.m. at the same location, 2525 Archdale Drive, 28210, for Bible study once again. In the morning, we're examining the Church of Christ as noted in the Bible, and in the evening, we're doing a deep dive Hebrews class. And you're welcome at either or both on Wednesday, day after tomorrow. So certainly hope to see you there. Also, our friend Dennis and Rachel Smith and family are needing your help for support as they will be entering the preacher training program at Tri-Cities School of Preaching in Elizabethton, Tennessee in January. And for those of you in the greater Charlotte area, Brother Dennis will be coming this coming Sunday to be with us at Archdale. He's going to render our Bible lesson and sermon for us. So you can come and meet Dennis and Rachel and the family in person, and I hope you can do so. That's Lord's Day at 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock in the morning at the meeting house of the Archdale Church of Christ at 2525 Archdale Drive in Charlotte, 28210. So I bid you farewell for today. God bless you today, and hope to see you back here tomorrow morning, as the Lord wills, for Carolina Morning Meditations. Have a great day.